The controversy surrounding the Trump administration's stance on the Epstein files continues to grow. How lawmakers are moving forward in their search for transparency, plus the obstacles that they are facing.
The Trump administration is now preparing to move into the next phase of its immigration crackdown. The focus? Sanctuary cities. Hear what message border czar Tom Homan is hoping to get across to city leaders by taking this new approach.
Kaiser Permanente is announcing new changes to some of its policies. What the nonprofit healthcare organization says are leading factors behind its decision to pause gender-affirming surgeries for patients younger than 19.
You're watching Fox 26, and now, great day.
And we begin this hour with a live look at the silhouette of El Capitan with a slide view of Half Dome in Yosemite National Park. I'd say this is a good way to get your Friday morning going. Good morning, I'm Carl Cook.
Good morning, I'm Alexis Gobea.
And I'm Justin Willis. Thank you for joining us here on this Friday morning. And what a great week we've had with the weather.
Yes.
It's been an awesome week.
It's just been beautiful. It's been gorgeous, sunny, light winds. It's perfect. And it's July.
Right?
It's so bittersweet because you want the weekend to come, but then you don't want these temperatures to go down.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we'll have some decent weather through the weekend.
Oh, good.
We'll start warming up next week. So if you got outdoor plans, you want to make plans outdoors, this is the weekend to do it for the summer here. Today, check it out. We're off to a good start here. 64 right now. Winds are to the north-northwest at 7 miles an hour. The dew point's at 54. Rest of the day, check it out. More sunshine in store for you today, and wind speeds picking up in the latter parts of the day. We'll be at 10 miles an hour and above after 5 o'clock. 10 a.m. we're at 72. At noon we're at 78. 5 o'clock, 89 degrees. Coming up, your next weather maker. Well, it's going to be bringing some heat and getting us back to our normal temperatures. I'll explain when to expect that and what's going on with it next.
Child care providers across California are saying enough is enough. They're calling out Governor Newsom's administration, accusing the state of breaking its promises and leaving them struggling to stay open. The union representing over 60,000 family child care providers has filed charges against the state, saying it's bargaining in bad faith, delaying payments and making major decisions without their approval. They say the situation is so bad that about 24 providers are closing every day, leaving families scrambling to find care. Now, union leaders say that the governor's team is taking a summer break while many of these providers go unpaid and fall deeper into debt. They're urging the state to get back to the table and agree on a deal that helps keep child care open for California families. A Hoover High School soccer coach is facing charges this morning, accused of possessing a child sexual abuse material. 38-year-old Miguel Lara is being investigated by the Central California Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force and Homeland Security. Detectives followed up on a cyber tip and contacted Lara at an apartment complex in Northeast Fresno. Lara's electronic devices were confiscated for further analysis, and he was booked into the Fresno County Jail before later posting bond and being released. Now, at the time of this arrest, Lara was working as the interim coach of the boys' soccer team at Hoover High School. Investigators are asking anybody with information related to this case or anyone who may have been a victim that has not yet come forward to contact Detective Tamayo at the number that you see on the bottom of your screen. Lara is scheduled to appear in court on August 7th. In Kingsburg, a man is now facing charges for the murder of 25-year-old Alvaro Hernandez Jr. Police say 38-year-old Luis Rodriguez of Kingsburg was arrested and booked into the Fresno County Jail. His bail is set at $1 million. Now, around 10:30 Friday night, police responded to 7th Avenue and Nevada Street for a report of an assault with a deadly weapon. Officers found Alvaro Hernandez Jr. with serious injuries, and he was rushed to the hospital but later died. Detectives identified Luis Rodriguez as the primary attacker, and detectives found him in Selma and took him into custody. A Tulare County teen is now looking at less time behind bars after admitting to the 2023 murder of an Orosi teacher. In August of 2024, a 16-year-old boy admitted to the murder of Sergio Martin. Prosecutors say the teen, who was 15 at the time, entered Martin's home in Dinuba to commit a burglary on November 6th of 2023. When confronted by Martin, investigators say the teen shot him several times before taking off. Police say he later came back with 2 adults to get back his gun and other property, and he was eventually found at his home. He was originally sentenced in December of 2024 to serve 7 years or until age 25 in custody. On July 16th, the Tulare County Court shaved 2 months off. Now, we're told the decision is because of the teen's positive behavior towards rehabilitation. But Tulare County District Attorney Tim Ward strongly agrees with the decision, saying that California laws are too lenient on violent minor offenders. Another review is set for December and could lead to more reductions.
Our time is 5:04. Here is what's going on with our forecast. So still got that trough hanging on really up and down the state here for us, keeping us nice and cool with the assistance of some low pressure there up in the northern part of the state. However, next couple days, this trough's going to start to break up, and that's going to allow our temperatures to go back up. But not to an extreme level, but we will get back to normal here next week. So just be ready for that. In the meantime, enjoy the cooler weather. We've got plenty of it on tap for you this weekend. Our wind speeds are going to be picking up too. Check this out. We're right now, current wind speeds, we're about 7-8 miles an hour in most places. There's not much going on in Visalia or Delano though, but they'll be picking up a little bit later on in most places. Here are your peak wind speeds over the next 24 hours, getting up to 20 miles an hour out in Los Banos today, and then maybe just 15 miles an hour up in Mariposa, same in Merced, Madera, Fresno. Not a whole lot going on in the South Valley except for Delano getting 15 mile an hour winds later on, and then the rest of the Sierra Nevada mountains maybe just 5 miles an hour. But it might be getting a little windy out there later on today. Some light summer breezes out there for you. It'll feel really nice. All right, we are tracking the possibility of thunderstorm activity up in the Sierra Nevada mountains through the weekend here. And you can kind of see it's going to develop here this afternoon up in the northern Sierra there about 3 o'clock this afternoon. It's a little closer to Tahoe there, so not much impact for our area. We'll notice some cloud cover from our vantage point here in the Central Valley, but things will kind of continue on really through the weekend there. It might be a little bit early in the afternoon tomorrow there, and then Sunday could be a little bit more as well. So we'll kind of keep an eye on that for you and see if there's any further developments. But there is a slight chance, like a less than 30% chance of any thunder, lightning, rain, hail, erratic winds. Again, less than 30% chance on all of that. Next 3 days, though, are looking pretty good for you. Yesterday, I told you we'd be in the 80s today. It looks like we're going to be at 90 once again. Tomorrow, we're forecasting in 89, but there's a good chance we'll hit 90 out there. It's just kind of nice to think that the 80s are possible in July. And then we've got 92 on Sunday. That's about when we'll start warming back up. Overnight lows are going to be in the 60s, and then wind speeds will kind of pick up in the afternoons here for us, 5 to 10 miles an hour with 15 mile an hour gusts today and tomorrow, maybe just 5 miles an hour on Sunday. Up next, we're going to get a look at your highs and lows across the rest of the San Joaquin Valley for your Friday.
Happening today, Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche with the Department of Justice will continue interviewing Ghislaine Maxwell. He met with the former girlfriend of disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein in Florida yesterday, and Maxwell's lawyer says that she never invoked a privilege or declined to answer during yesterday's talks.
Productive day today with the Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche and Ghislaine Maxwell. He took a full day and asked a lot of questions, and Ms. Maxwell answered every single question.
This comes after Republicans on the House Oversight Committee subpoenaed Maxwell to testify before the panel next month. Maxwell was sentenced to 20 years in prison back in 2022 after being convicted of helping Epstein sexually abuse underage girls. She's housed at a low-security federal prison in Tallahassee. Now, before Deputy AG Blanche was appointed to his current position, he served as Donald Trump's personal defense lawyer. And in the Senate, lawmakers on both sides of the aisle are continuing to call for the release of the Jeffrey Epstein files.
There should definitely be a subpoena for those files in the Senate as well as in the House. Obviously, the president was informed that his name appeared multiple times and then denied it.
You know, it's not a surprise. Like, anybody who ever met him is going to be mentioned, quote unquote. So I don't think that's a big deal.
Senator, do you find it strange?
But nor is it a reason to withhold the documents. I mean, she put them all out there.
Despite this, lawmakers in the upper chamber clashed yesterday over competing bills regarding such records. Democratic Senator Ruben Gallego of Arizona made another push to get the Justice Department to release its files on the Epstein investigation. But his resolution was rejected by Republican Senator Markwayne Mullin of Oklahoma. Mullin is instead pushing for the release of the grand jury testimonies related to Epstein's trial. The Trump administration recently signed a new executive order to crack down on homelessness. What's outlined in the order and how it could help states combat their homeless populations. And a live look now at Viva Las Vegas, where the Sphere is still in the moon mode right now. You can see it there shimmering there with all the lights of Vegas. Time now is 5:09 and 77 degrees there right now. You can find new headlines and the weather forecast on your screen all morning long, even through the commercial break.
Hi, I'm Monty Torres with Fox 26 News on YouTube. Thank you for checking out our YouTube channel, where we have loads of great content for you to choose from. And while you're here, why not click on the subscribe button right here? That way you can stay in touch with all the latest breaking news, everything news related within the Central Valley. And thank you for watching.